Are you sitting on some gift cards from the holiday and considering whether or not you should make the investment in the Dyson Airwrap? And you're interested in the perspective of someone who was not gifted this by Dyson and did not receive it as a gift? You're in the right place. Keep watching. Welcome and welcome back. I'm Mercedes and I'm bringing you my practical review and recommendation video on the Dyson Airwrap Long Multi-Styler in the blue blush colorway. Again, I was not gifted this, so this will be my honest opinion about a product that I've had now for about 8 or 9 months. I will, to keep things organized, walk you through what comes with the Dyson, share a little bit more about how I use the Dyson, and then round it out with my recommendation about whether or not you should make the plunge and buy this, or whether or not you should pass on it and pick up one of the alternatives on the market that I don't own, but I'll let you know whether or not I think you should pick this up. All right, let's dive in. So first I'll cover what actually comes with the Dyson product. So again, Dyson refers to this as a multi-styler, meaning that you can do a number of things with the product, which is why I think a lot of folks are drawn to it. So it comes in this beautiful compartment or storage case. I'll show you what it looks like. So it comes with a lid. So it's this really cool lid with this felt lining on the interior. Hopefully it's not too dusty. And so I'll also allow you to take a peek in the inside. There's just some paperwork or manual information that came along with it. And you can also see that there is a divider, maybe. Hopefully you can see there's a divider. So it did come with a lot of storage compartments. I removed them because it just wasn't practical in terms of repacking and storing up the Dyson and all of its attachments once I opened it for the first time. I will say I do use this. This might seem big and unruly if you're planning on storing it on a counter. It might not be ideal, but I store it in one of our linen closets and it's perfect. It's a great way to keep everything contained so I know where all my parts and pieces are. So it comes in that compartment. Then you actually get the unit itself. So this is the Dyson. So here is the Airwrap. So there's the Airwrap. Again, not sure if it'll come through or not. There we go. So it's upside down. So it comes and then it has a long cord. So this is what it comes like. It does not have an attachment on it. I'll cover very quickly the different controls on it, which if you're unfamiliar with how the Dyson products work, I have the Airwrap. I also have a cordless vacuum cleaner that we've had for a couple years from Dyson. And then lastly, I have, and it's pretty brand new, I'm planning to film a video review on that product as well, which is the supersonic blow dryer hair dryer. So this styler unit comes with a number of attachments that allow you to style your hair. So I'll cover the very first one, which is a 1.6 long barrel. So here's the barrel. This barrel, which has this sort of directional, I'm not sure if it'll zoom in, come on, there we go. So this allows you just to change, this little knob on the end allows you to change the direction of the airflow, which will impact how your curls lay. This 1.6 is on the thicker side, so you actually attach it to the top of the Dyson and then you lock it in place with this lever on the back here and it's attached. You pretty much plug it up, you turn it up and you let the Dyson do the rest of the work. It does the work by actually, and again, I'm not sure. Okay, so here's the off on button. So you turn it up, off and on. You can also distribute or administer a cool or cold shot. And what that does is it turns off the heating element, which allows you to sort of receive that cool shot and locks your curls and style into place. So it allows you to set it towards the end. Then you can also adjust the fan speed here. So that's what this does. That allows you to adjust the fan speed to your liking. And then the last thing you're able to do, and you have 3 different settings for both of these, is adjust the heat. So this one on the far right here allows you to adjust the heat. So you can do low, which is more on the cooler side, medium, and high. So it just depends on your type, your hair type, and the desired style. So this 1.6, as I was mentioning, it's thicker. This is the one that I find a lot of YouTube videos focus on. This one will create more of that looser wave, which I find will fall quicker than the 1.5 inch. So the 1.5 inch, again, same design, turn to make the adjustments to the airflow direction. The 1.5 is going to create that tighter curl or wave. And in my experience, the curls will hold better. So again, this one gets a lot of attention, and I do use this if you want those looser, bouncier waves and curls. Just know that you're likely going to have to apply a lot of product, or there are some videos, a lot of videos with tips and tricks for how to encourage your curls to stay a little bit longer and get more wear out of the style. But I just found that this is the trick for me. I don't like to put a ton of products in my hair, and so I don't find a lot of those tutorials and a lot of that guidance and tips to actually be helpful. I've just found the trick for me is to use this 1.5 as opposed to the 1.6. So that was 2 of the attachments. Let's cover the rest of them. So then there's this smoothing attachment here. So I'll see if I can. It's very similar. On the top, that's just the way Dyson created these products. You can change the direction and flow of the air. What this does, because you can use the Dyson hair styler with damp or dry hair. I tend to use it, I've done both, but I mostly use it with dry hair, and I'm using these for the most part, the barrels, and creating the waves or the curls. But since you can use it damp, and even when you're using it dry, this device actually comes in handy. I guess I could attach it right to the Dyson. It allows you to actually smooth out and refine and finish off the hair, because using the sort of airflow technology, I find creates a lot of flyaways. And so this actually works very well to help smooth out those flyaways. So this attachment is actually very helpful, and I have used it. There's also 2 brushes. I'm sorry, there's all dropping stuff. There's 2 brushes that come with it, because again, you can use this wet. So if you have wet or damp hair, you are going to want to straighten and create like a straight style before you maybe go in with one of the curling barrels to create your curls or your waves. So it comes with these 2 smoothing brushes, and I only focus on one at a time here. So this smoothing brush is called the smoothing brush, if I'm not mistaken. It has these little pink sort of knobbies on the end of the bristles that's used for fine hair. So if you have fine hair, if you're blow drying your hair from damp to dry, and you want it to be straight before you go in and curl it, you would use this if you have finer hair, because these little knobs will actually just be a little gentler on your hair. If you have coarser hair, or you just, don't need that extra protection, you might use this one, which is the firm. So the firmer one is designed for folks with coarser hair, and this does the same thing. So it'll take your hair from damp to dry and create that straighter look before you go in again with one of the curling barrels to get your hair styled the way you want it. So the last couple attachments that the Dyson came with, I'll cover very quickly before I share my thoughts. One is this sort of volumizing brush that is really cool. It does not change directions. You might be familiar with this. This adds a lot of body and volume to the hair. You might be familiar with stylists having used this, or maybe you have experience using it yourself if you're doing sort of that blowout look. This will, if your hair is damp and dry, use it dry, but it works better when the hair is damp, create that full body teased look. So you really just tease it, and it goes on to the Dyson just like the Airwrap, just like the other products do. I didn't actually show you me attaching one of the brushes. I guess I'll do that too, maybe, if I can get it to go on. Oh, it wasn't, it was still locked. But yeah, you would put it on like this, and you would comb it all the way through until your hair got dry. So all of the attachments, including the one I just left off on, are really, really good. I'd again say that I predominantly rely on these 2, and this is my new favorite. because I tend to blow dry my hair fully with the supersonic blow dryer, which I will do a review video on soon and release it in the next couple weeks or so. But I think overall the attachments are great, high quality, what you would expect with a Dyson product, and especially for that price tag. The very last attachment, it's not really an attachment, but it's a little cleaning tool and device that you can use to actually, I always forget which way to put this on. You can put this on and it'll actually clean the little vents that are down at the bottom of your air styler or Airwrap styler. So it came with a comb. I was trying to remember if this comb came with the Airwrap or did this comb come with my blow dryer, but I'm pretty sure this came with the Airwrap, which was really cool. It has Dyson. I'm not sure if it'll focus. It probably won't for whatever reason. You know, it's just not being nice to me. At any rate, so those are all the attachments that come with the Dyson. I will share in closing, I like it. There wasn't much of a learning curve to how to use it. I watched videos before I took the plunge and picked it up. I, also just started using it. Wasn't much of a learning curve. It's pretty easy to navigate and to use. I have learned over time like how to get my curls to last longer. Like I shared earlier, using the 1.5 versus the 1.6-inch barrel was the primary way that I got there. I will say that I get about 3 to 4, maybe even 5 days of wear when I use this one. If I use the 1.6, then we're talking for sure around 3 days. And by day 2, we're talking loose waves. So it's going to be really hard to get the curls to stay intact and the waves to stay intact using the larger barrel without using a lot of product like hairspray, which again is not my preference. So on the whole, I like it. I think it was worth it. I'm glad I have it. It's just really cool. Having used other Dyson products before picking this up, it meets my expectations. It is expensive. There is a Shark product on the market that's about half the price, maybe a little bit more than half the price of the Dyson. So do you need to pick it up? No one needs to spend this amount of money on a hair product. But if you have the resources and you want to pick this up, I'll say, if what I said sounds good, then you would be in good shape to pick it up. If you were sitting on gift cards, like there are often sales at Sephora. I did not get mine on sale. My husband did get my blow dryer, which I'll feature in the next video, on sale. There are ways to get it on sale from Dyson directly. I saw QVC, Sephora, which is where I picked mine up. During a couple times of the year, Sephora does have sales, so you can figure out how to get it on sale. So if that sounds good, you should maybe consider spending some of that holiday coin and picking up the Airwrap. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Consider subscribing to my channel, turning on your post notifications so you don't miss when I make an upload. Like this video and then tell me down in the comments below, are you thinking about picking it up? What questions do you have for me?